Welcome to TradeTheNBA.com. This is John. Support is for the 4th of November. Well, it was a continuation of the same. I mean, literally, we had no activity until the Fed announcement came, and as soon as that broke through, it just broke out to new highs, and it was pretty much a given. We did see a spiker here of the NBI white to 4.9, so the potential for any magenta dip would suffice enough to be a little bit of a pullback, and we also see this move took place on a positive extreme, so filling it back in wouldn't do anything more than just get us closer to moving back towards the ABM yellow, which is sort of a natural waypoint. Likewise with the NQ, a little bit stronger from an NBI reaction there, all the way up to 9 now. Still there's no short activity. We look at the DOC, you'd have to see a complete inversion of that pulling back together, and this has all been on rising gold, which is just a continuation move. It's been pretty clean, pretty from a chart standpoint. From Euro, nothing. Serious nothing happening. And of course, a little bit of a pullback in oil, filling in some of these positive extremes, going all the way back to this one right here would be the natural fill point. So it's just there's a couple of others that have already seen some back action to them. So that really satisfies that need. Does it change whether or not we're going to continue? Well, we're seeing a little bit of a weakness spurt here. It started with the first indication of the white over red NBI, and then it went weak again, but popped back up again, started the day, and trailed lower, which takes a little pressure off. But here in the bond market, of course, that little press up until Fed is suggesting that rates will rise, so we would expect to see TLT continue to degrade, indicating higher rates looming. Bitcoin standpoint, still within some of these erratic moves where we had the nice little buy setup come through, then we ended up with weak NBI white riding over, and that led to a pretty strong cascade, and then an even bigger intra-bar move that took place right there. But we had the crossover of magenta over yellow in that, and that's currently where that setup sits. From a 50K standpoint, clean with the turnaround. Started off with weakness right about there, crossed over, but what you look for in that case, when you get that rejection of magenta up and you don't see the white NBI move above magenta, and then it's just a matter of that crossover, and when that takes place, you know it's going to continue, and it's exactly what it's done. And intraday, you can see it was just zero action throughout all of it, and then boom, that announcement came across. And what I was pointing out in this one is that pink should have turned green within this setup here, which is the dip move, but then NBI white crosses back below the red, and magenta moves over yellow. At the same time, you have your DOC orange dip. It should have painted green. And so I had to look at the code and find out why that didn't do that. But pretty clean from that standpoint. And again, pretty much staying with the positive green dots all the way through there until we get to right about here where we saw the beginnings of a breakdown. But it's happening within DOC cyan under red, and didn't break that until, well, just right about here at the very end of these, and that's where you see the red configuration. But it felt positive extreme there, and we have a couple of lower ones at 46.28 and 46.14. That's the quick and the dirty of it. We finally got a little breakout of momentum range, and then should start to give us a little bit more of a spread, because this was just crazy last couple of days as everyone was pretty much just waiting for this reveal of what they already knew. So nothing surprising. In fact, even softer probably, which is more bullish for the market than not. Plus the obvious positive holiday prep trade, which typically takes place around now. But I think that as we probably get towards the second week of the month, I think things will start to get a little bit more dramatic, because now you're reaching levels that, depending on your perspective and where growth is, could make a big difference. So, as always, though, I will continue to update you and make adjustments that when they're ready, they will get sent out to you. Trade well. We'll talk to you later.